Yes, welcome to Newsbuster NGTV, where we give you information, education, entertainment, and of course, all the talks going around Nigeria and diaspora. This is, of course, the newspaper review program where we bring to your viewing pleasure and, of course, your entertainment to get you more informed. The news that have made its way to our national dailies. Yes, talking about the front pages of our Nigerian dailies today. We have the Punch, we have the Nation's newspaper, Vanguard, Tribune News Telegraph that we will be munching on. My name is Olayinka Olatunji saying thank you so very much for being a part of the news this morning because I would not, and I am not alone, I am with my partner in progress. And of course, we have a great day.
Good morning, Olayinka. You are looking good this morning.
I don't know, I'm just getting darker. Maybe it's the weather, and I don't know what's going on, Sha.
Yes, without not wasting much of our time, let's begin the business of the day. Good morning, our viewers, our audience watching us all over the globe. Yes, it's another beautiful day within the city of Lagos this morning as we bring to your fingertips where we reveal all our newspaper dailies, news across the continent, within Nigeria, and nationwide at large, especially. Good morning once again. Welcome to the program.
All right, I'll kickstart this morning with the Punch newspaper right here in front of me. And of course, APC Assemblies tackles Adeleke. Governor sacks 12,000 workers. You can find that on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
I think all the newspapers carry the same headlines this morning based on the news ravaging the air. With me here from the New Telegraph, insecurity, political instability, Russia-Ukraine war, ECOWAS's greatest concern, Buhari. Details can be found on page 2 of the New Telegraph this morning.
And as Nigerians are warming up for the 2023 general election, INEC has an information to share. It says 50% materials are deployed, burnt offices, threatens a poll. Well, there's a big problem coming for the 2023 elections. If INEC is saying that most of their offices and, of course, their materials have been destroyed.
Nigeria's most litigious people on earth, CGN, swears in 68 new SANs. That's a plus for Nigeria.
Okay, NAD is saying that 10,000 resident doctors are remaining in Nigeria.
UNITAC FG to suspend works on Lagos Ibadan Expressway to conduct promotion interviews on the civil service.
And that would also help us with traffic situations around Lagos in this festive period. I think is a good one.
Details of the story can be found on page 4 and 8 of the New Telegraph this morning.
I'm checking on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. Contractors suspend Lagos Ibadan road construction. Work to resume in January.
Lagos wants against indiscriminate storage of petrol.
All right, let me go over to Kano State as Kano APC chair caught with 364 PVCs. He is now being jailed.
Still on the front page of the New Telegraph this morning. There is no food shortage in Nigeria, says federal government.
And a foreign NGO, FinTech, has been fairly linked to terrorism financing.
Now to politics. Local government poll. Adeleke suspend OSHEC chairman members. Commission withdraws certificate of return. Fashola Assembly kicks over decision to rename states. Details can be found on page 2 and 5.
All right, let me join you in Osun State as a state of Osun backed by law. Governor's action is illegal, says the Assembly.
Towards the bottom line of the New Telegraph this morning, ASUU, fresh crisis looms over unpaid 8-month salaries by the federal government.
And ASUU warns of new crisis, seeks intervention. This is coming from, of course, also DK, the president of ASUU.
Also with me here, liquidity sees CBN credit to banks hit 1.3 trillion in 1 month.
No candidates for national award nominees fail exams.
FG issues travels advice to Nigerians in US, Europe over increased robbery incidents. Details can be found on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
And munching on the nation's newspaper, the Supreme Court overwhelmed by 6,884 cases. The CJN ADEWALE laments.
Be neutral, professional in your conduct. Yakubu warns rates nationwide.
Beware of money, passport theft in US, UK. Government warns Nigerians.
Tribune is the best in political reporting at 22 NMMA gets nomination for editorial writing over 6 others.
Are you the one saying that?
That I think a plus. No, the truth needs to be told, because when you see someone is doing better on the field of this profession, journalism, please let's say it, because it requires a lot of moral, it requires a lot of ethics, and it requires a lot of professionalism.
All right, talking Qatar 2022, Ghana, Morocco, likely to carry Africa's flag to round 16. You can find that on page 31 of the nation's newspaper.
And now to academics. Academic Staff Union of University, ASUU, student activities protest, say federal government failed to honor Gbajabi Amila Memorandum of Understanding. Unilag ASUU president joined UI protests.
And lawmakers draw battle line with the governor of Osun State, talking about the new governor in Osun State as he renames the name, the anthem, and logos others in Osun.
Appeal Court restates Adebutu, all Ogun PDP candidate, affirms Makina as APC Yobe North senatorial candidate. Details can be found on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
And Lagos selects 3 bidders for $2.5 billion fourth mainland bridge.
Petrol sells as high as 260 per litre in many states across the nation.
Oh my God. A court of appeal reinstates Adebutu, others Ogun PDP.
Osun governor nullifies employment of workers done after July 17. Suspend 3 monarchs' appointments with immediate effect.
Okay.
Details can be found on page 4 and 26 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
And of course, talking about the news happening around Osun State. Yes, yesterday was Monday. On Sunday was when the new governor was inaugurated. And in the space of 24 to 48 hours, a whole lot of things have happened.
I'm telling you.
And one of the things that happened is that 30 permanent secretaries right now have been demoted.
As you can see from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, like I told you earlier, that all the newspaper carries the same headline. Adeleke fires 12,000 workers. Appointments of 3 hubbers on hold.
Well, talking about the recent happenings in the nation wins 15 honors to remain the best at 30th NMMA.
And also with me from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, 2023, be aware of politicians. CGN warns judges.
And court jails Abga leader Njoku for allegedly forging Supreme Court's judgments.
Assembly crisis. 80 monarchs intervene. Asks Arabi Shogun to withdraw court cases.
Adamu Amakura to Nasarawa residents vote for Tinubu and Sule.
What we are doing to improve environmental health. Details can be found on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
All right, we'll take a short break now. And of course, when we come back, we'll be talking more about the petrol situation in Nigeria, as well as the recent happenings in Osun State, or should I say the state of Osun. These and many more are the things that will be coming to your viewing pleasure. We'll take a break now, and of course, we'll be right back. Do stick around. As a result of fuel subsidy in many states across Lagos State, the situation situation has caused a worsening traffic situation, leaving many stranded at bus stops and the increment transportation fare for commuters within the state. Since the controversy surrounding the sustainability of paying fuel subsidy in Nigeria assumed threat, and meanwhile, petrol pump price has risen from the initial regulated price of 165 naira per litre to 200 naira per litre in some filling stations. However, while carrying out a survey, motorists and commuters who couldn't hide their displeasure interacted with the news poster correspondents.
It has affected a lot too, because now I use my own money to be buying fuel. I deliver 5,000, I buy fuel 5,000. How much will I take home to my family? I buy some place 220, some place 250, some place I don't know. It just varies. It is not normal. It just varies. Then to this fuel scarcity because it is disturbing us. Many businesses are now lacking behind. Like some people that use fuel to generate their business, no more business for them again, because NEPA is not even constant. So they should at least help us so that we will vote them back. If not, we vote another party.
It has affected me drastically. Just yesterday alone, I bought fuel for 220 naira per litre. And normally if I want to buy fuel, I buy for just like 26,000. I bought for 53,000 naira. It is killing. They should find solution though. Like real solution. I think this has been happening like mostly when the festive period is coming, like December period. It's always like this. They should do something about it because honestly, I don't even know. We don't have electricity yet. We still have to buy fuel to survive. It's expensive rates. Honestly, you can't even have an estimate for it. You can't have an estimate because okay, just now the NEPA just left here, or IE just left here now. They brought a bill of 43,000 naira.
For this month alone.
For just this month alone, 43,000 naira. And that 43,000, I buy fuel on a weekly basis for nothing less than 30,000 naira. Just yesterday I bought 53,000 naira. So it is crazy. I don't honestly. I'm even looking for a plan B. Maybe I just take my passport and leave this country.
Since it has been very, very crazy. I have to use fuel to power my gen at home, use it to power my business, and at the same time I have to buy fuel inside my car. We are paying NEPA bills. There is no lights. It is not easy. It is not easy. The government should do something. It is crazy. Is it because they are not buying fuel? Is it because they can get it very cheap and easy? It's not easy. They should help us. And they are talking about campaigning. Somebody wants to come out for president. Ooh, we don't know anybody. All we see now is ourselves. It's not possible. We cannot be running after anybody when things are not convenient for us. They should do something. We are suffering in this country. It's not easy at all.
The way things are going in this country now, we don't understand. Like today now, there is no light. Then we use fuel to power our gen. And even the fuel you cannot even see to buy. You can see my shop is empty. I came here early morning to work. I cannot do anything. And we are trying to buy fuel. I've sent them to go and get fuel for me now. There's no remedy. They are on the queue there. So I don't understand this country, how it's going. We don't know, because this our country is not working. Let's say the fact. It's not really working for us. So I can, our government, they should please and do something fast, because this thing is getting out of hand. Even they'll still bring the bills for you. They will bring even the estimated bill.
Petrol stations with the most queues are the ones selling at the government-regulated prices. Meanwhile, Nigerians have seized the privilege of one of the appropriate authorities and the federal government for a quick intervention to subdue the panic at this critical time. In Lagos, Olatunji reporting for Newsbuster NGTV. Welcome back from that break. Yes, you can see that Nigerians, most especially Lagosians, are lamenting the recent petrol crisis right here in the state. And of course, the prices that they are being sold, so many queues and so many fuel stations who have sealed, their filling stations who are no longer selling. due to hoarding or some other problems that they are facing right about now. We are also going to be looking at Ocean's comments and issues surrounding the new governorship take office takeover. But before then, let's talk about the petrol situation right here in Nigeria, especially in Lagos State.
Honestly, if I'm to say, it's quite alarming because you're seeing the series of and the volume of people carrying fuel kegs around within the city of Lagos nowadays is beyond imagination, and it's even an eyesore. And I believe if government at all levels, especially the federal government, can do something to these marketers in such a way that we need an impromptu reaction to justify all these lingering issues surrounding her PMX, which is a petroleum motor spirit, because it's becoming an how do I even call it?
Alarming.
Alarming, because series of times and on different accounts, you will be seeing series of these happening within the state, even outside Nigeria, and within a couple of time, everything will still normalize and get back to normal. But in Nigeria, it has become a state that whenever something of such happens, like inflation, especially any products, don't let us at this point mention anyone. Any product, once it goes up in Nigeria, it hardly comes down. Why must it be so?
I feel like the federal government has a lot to play in this petrol issue because of course you know that we are uh, gradually entering into the festive period. Yes, talking about the Utide, where people get to move from one place to another. Some people even travel home for Christmas and the sort. You know, before we came on air, I was talking with my colleagues and saying that the possibility of things getting, you know, the prices of things in the market, you know, skyrocketing to an amount that people will no longer be able to afford is becoming something else. You know, you go to fuel stations to buy fuel and you see a long queue, people waiting just to buy fuel, and you see other people buying in jerry cans. Even the people buying in jerry cans are not doing so because they want to refill their cars or because they want to refill their generators for business purposes. They are doing it because of black market. Why is it that our Nigerian filling stations are hoarding this fuel? Now, Eichmann is saying that things are going to get worse because they cannot sell out what they are not buying. They're saying that the amount with which they are buying this petrol is actually more than what they can sell, and this is actually affecting our transportation system right here in Lagos because you're coming all the way from, maybe you're coming from Ojota to Udipa. On a norms, you pay like 200 naira, but now you have to pay like 400, 500 naira. The monies are not, is not even coming in, and you just have to keep body and soul together. You have to go to work and you have to do some certain things. Now we're talking about the fact that we want insecurity to, you know, to be managed in our society where there's no fuel, where there's no money. When the boys not come outside and start harassing people, sometimes you park your car and maybe you're pressing your phone, your glasses wind down. Someone will just take your phone and run away.
Yes,
Just come rob you and run away just because you want to buy fuel. I feel like it is abnormal for you to say, okay, you're going to work, that you have to resume from 8 to 5 or 9 to from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 p.m. and you stay the better part or the better half of the day on the road, just trying to get fuel. And when you get to other bus stop, you see passengers waiting and rush. I almost got knocked down this morning because passengers were trying to enter the bus I was coming down from because there was no bus on ground.
likewise myself. For instance, this morning when I was coming to the work, at least from Ikotsun to Oshodi, they were like 700 naira. Without having 700 naira, you shouldn't bother to even enter the bus. You know, this has become as a result of the inflation and the high in price of PMs. Normally before now, Ikotu to Oshodi was nothing less than 300 naira. But due to the scarcity of fuel, number one, due to the high in price, two, then the scarcity itself. Because there's another, it's of three different stages. Aside from the fact that you have your money, you want to purchase it, you want to buy it, it's hard to get.
Of course.
You saying it that, okay, you want to buy alone, you get it nothing less than 250 naira per liter.
And the most funniest part of it is you even have to bribe your way.
Not only that,
when you're
before you even say wait for you to even bribe, for you to trespass and buy, the stress alone had a key point to purchase the fuel. It's another different story entirely. So as a result of this fuel scarcity, it has become, in fact, I didn't even know the kind of adjective to quantify it. Because, in fact, when I was also coming, I saw a woman, pregnant woman, standing beside the fuel station, trying to lobby to get fuel, all because of there's no light. Lamenting that NEPA have took off the light since 2 days now. They've not been having a light along Ikotun to Idimo Road. I was not like, said last night that the heat is beyond imagination. I can't even bear it. I was not like to let me interview her to know the reason for her at this point in time to come and stay behind all this queue trying to lobby to buy fuel. The woman was just giving all sorts of different excuses ravaging the community.
The government,
which I believe government, yes, that's the area I'm coming into.
Because I feel like as a developing country, we are not there yet. I know.
No, Nigeria is not. We are not there yet.
Going there, but if we keep, if we keep on going like this, I think Lagos State was named second worst state to live in the world.
And just of recent federal government,
it's terrible. And you see people coming into Lagos on a daily. You see more than 12,000 people, coming into Lagos, going out of Lagos on a daily. You don't even know what people are going through in this state. To eat and to do certain things is usually very difficult. And have you seen the way landlords now inflate the prices of their house? The same house that you have been living for years, that nothing, no incentive, no positive achievements or something have been added to it, no security. You don't even have parking space. That same house that goes for maybe a 200 or a 250,000 now is coming to a 400,000 naira, and you're like, okay, what are the things that I'm enjoying in this house that is making the landlord to increase the rent? But the man there is telling you that, well, is this rent that I'm using to feed myself and my family because I have retired? And if I don't, increase, if you cannot pay, just go. Things like this come back to, tell on the people. That is why you see the frustration level in this part of the world is high. Suicide level is high. A lot of people are lamenting and complaining. I feel like the government needs to, because this is more like the only kind of business that we
let me also seize the
everybody
yes, let me also seize the opportunity to come in that area of government settings. Like I quote and unquote the President Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola son. Recently, he made a speech at a museum center when he was delivering a book about the forthcoming general election. Okay. Then he said, government is not about the people at the Senate, or it's not about the people at the Federal Executive Council, or it's not about the president himself being the number one citizen of this country. That government has to do with people from the grassroots to the top. But what does it mean? It means that from your own, that was when governance started. Then it migrated to the local government or local government development area, which is your LCDA. From the LCDA to the state, from the state to the federal. And we have the three different arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. So in the area of executive arms of government, and the legislator, they should do all sorts of things that will make it possible for citizens of this country to derive and enjoy the dividend of democracy. Because policies have been made at the National Assembly, as a matter of fact, let's be sincere at this point, to suit their own interest, not of the national interest. Because Nigerians facing this type of insecurity, fuel scarcity at this point, it's an eyesore.
I don't even know. Sometimes I sit and I wonder what is the job.
At least we have 4 refineries. 4 refineries are not working presently as we speak. Must we export our PMS to go and redefine from the Western world and now still export it back to Nigeria again? We export and we now go and import. It doesn't make any sense, for crying out loud. It doesn't make any sense.
And because the power holding companies that are actually in charge of our electricity in this country, they have nothing to write home about. Okay, gone were the days when you say rain is falling, so you need to dry the wires before you bring lights and all, and the dam is too full, you need to take the lights out. But right now, I think we have stability mostly in our weather condition. Why is it that there are no lights? You see these power holding organizations and different power sectors, and there's no light. People sleep in mosquitoes, there's heat, there's nothing to write home about with our electricity, and you still have to buy the same petrol to live a good life. Now I begin to wonder, what is it that you're telling Nigerians to come out to their PVC and vote come 2023? Things like these are so very funny. Now, when you're saying that people should come out, we need to know the things that you are going to do to alleviate, poverty in this country, because we can't keep on going like this. You can't. Even some people even have their cars and they can't even take their cars out. They have to hustle, to get to their place of work. Other people are having issues with their bosses because why are you coming to work at this time of the day? There's no money, there's no salary. Every
to the commissioner, the commissioner will pass to the palm sec, then palm sec will now pass to the governor, from the governor to the presidency or the senate. But nevertheless, things need to be done appropriate because of the betterment and the good lifestyle of all the citizens to enjoy the dividends of democracy, like I keep saying. Because honestly, the situation Nigeria has today is beyond what word can ever express. Because looking at the security architecture, although they are trying to curb crime, but there is no way how manner these things keep rising that won't be experiencing such magnitude of crime within our domain.
All right, we said we are still going to touch on Osun State, just a little touch on Osun State, because a lot is happening there in less than 48 hours that the new government Ademola Adeleke assumed the office of the governor. A lot of things has happened. 12,000 workers have been sacked, according to the reports. 3 monarchs have been sacked, and of course, the 30 permanent secretaries have been demoted. The name of the state has been changed, the motto, the anthem, and of course the logo. APC is fuming. PDP has taken power, and Osho is saying today. I don't know what you have to say about it. I feel like Nigeria.
Actually, if I'm to come in,
like,
this is
Nigerian politicians like to tackle themselves.
No. Honestly, that has been the way Nigerian politics have been practiced. If you follow the trends very well. Before it was APC, All Progressive Congress. But now, People's Democratic Party, PDP, has now taken over. When there is change in government, there is always an issue. How do I mean? Issue in the sense of, okay, now think of what just happened recently. Before, at the point of terminating or at the point of exit, let me use that word, of
2 days before
Oyetola left office, he appointed some pansecs and adopted some like 12,000 workers. On a norm, it shouldn't have been so. Why must he be at the point of exit? You are now employing another set of people. Is it to put it as a burden to the new incoming person, or what do you mean? Are they being? Is still the old person that will still continue as the governor of the state? I quite believe that something of such won't even occur at all. But nevertheless, since they exchanged the government, at least before it was a state of the vulture, but now state of the living spring. Then the capitalist name, before it was state of Osun, now Osun state government. Not only that, there's a lot. The changes spread across. Even the OCN, Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, was changed. The rep was changed. No, a lot of that. So,
well,
as he begin his own government also, I believe he also has his own plan, his policy, and his own area of concentration in the lives of the betterment of the conducive environment for the citizens of Osun and the residents to enjoy within the next 4 years.
Well, I would say to the governor-elect or the present governor of Osun State, yes, to do his work, do his biddings, and of course make the people feel his impact while in office. Let's not continue to witch hunt ourselves in Nigeria, because soldier go, soldier come,
barracks still remain.
Say, yes. The sledgehammer will come to fall on the citizen. And where two elephants fight, do not forget that it's the grass.
Suffice.
My name is Olayinka Olatunji, saying many thanks for being a part of the newspaper review program on Newsbuster NGTV. Do not forget to subscribe, like, follow, and of course hit the notification button for more of our programming and activities on Newsbuster NGTV. Until next time, when we come your way again, I say may the peace of the Lord be with you all.
I also join my colleagues in thanking you for watching our program, our newspaper review. Just drop your observation, your opinion. Let's hear from you. There's always a communication, a feedback in communication, and let's know your opinion. Next time till we meet, saying bye-bye for now.